Hi, I'm Tracy, VE3TWM. Thank you for tuning in to Outdoors on the Air. Welcome to my Field Day 2019 video. You know, in years past I've run into all kinds of things that have caused me to overcome environment, situations, etc. I've had rain and wind and other things, and bumblebees apparently. This year is a little bit different for me. You know, where I'm used to operating HF portable under adverse conditions, this year the weather is almost perfect. It's a little bit too hot for this Canadian guy. I don't know, it might only be you know, in the into the high 70s or low 80s, but it's getting to the point where it's kind of humid, and so I'm feeling it. But that's not the real issue that I've been having during this contest, and certainly in the months leading up to it. So just a little bit of a background on that. Let's just talk about Field Day for a moment. What I like to do is I like to come up on the Friday. I book the Friday off as a vacation day from work, and come up on the Friday, get everything all set up, usually get to the campsite around 2, spend several hours setting the station up, and so I had the campsite all booked. In fact, I booked from Friday through to Monday. I had never done a Monday sleepover and Sunday night before. And then about 3 weeks ago, I got a note at work saying I had to go on a business trip the week immediately prior to Field Day. So I my vacation day was canceled. I flew back from Milwaukee Friday night. My flight was delayed for 5 hours before I could get back to Toronto, and then it was 3 o'clock before I was at home and getting into bed, and that's the Saturday morning of Field Day. So here we are, it's Sunday morning, and I haven't even turned on the radio yet. I came out here yesterday, I set up antennas, and I've been you know, I've been going through an awful lot of things away from the YouTube channel. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel like I'm burned out. Certainly a ton of stress at work for the past couple of years, and I'm just dealing with a real energy shortage. Visited the cardiologist. Cardiologist said, hey, your heart's actually fine. So there must be something else going on, but it's really causing me to drag. So if you've left comments on any of my other videos and I haven't responded yet, usually I'm right on top of that stuff, but I'm finding with an overflowing inbox, mailbox at work, I just don't have the stamina to spend much time on weekends getting back to folks. I promise you I will. I'll catch up. I've got a week of vacation coming off next month, and I'm really looking forward to that, even if all I do is just go to the gym once a day and just relax and maybe take a couple of day trips and not going anywhere. Just gonna take it real easy, watch what I'm eating, and take care of my body a little bit and try to regain some of my energy. Having said all of that, and you know, it's like I don't wish to dwell on the negative, but if I'm not producing as many videos, that's certainly a big factor behind it. I am here. It is Field Day. And Field Day, bar none, my most favorite amateur radio activity. It really is the thing which is the impetus behind my even starting the YouTube channel, and encouraging folks to get out and start operating HF portable. And we actually got a bit of a bonus. So Sunday I'm only going to get several hours in. I've got a new antenna to test that Ron at High End Fed sent me. I'm going to show you a little bit about that. I'll also profile it in a separate video that will be forthcoming. But tonight I am going to do some Parks on the Air, because I am here at Rattlesnake Point conservation area here in Ontario, and I've already posted my activity on the POTA page, and I'll take you along for a little bit of a ride as we get to that stage. But of course now it's Field Day, and I'll show you around the station a little bit. First thing we got going on here is my FT897D. It is running at 20 watts. Will be. I've got some SLA batteries that I've brought along. I'm sitting in the no bug zone shelter, and Bugs are a little bit out here, but not too bad. There's several mosquitoes, but it's hot, and this tarp is really helping. By the way, this whole thing with one person went up in about 20 minutes. I was really impressed. I've kind of figured out how it worked, and it's the first time I've been able to use the shelter with the sides pulled out to let some breeze through when it's not raining and full of adverse conditions. So let's take a look at the antenna, and then we're going to get on the air and make some contacts. So here we have the high-end Fed. This is a new model. Ron over at High End Company sent this to me a few weeks back. Brand new. He's just listed it on the website. He calls it his field day antenna, and it covers from 80 meters through to 10 meters. Here we have, you can see a couple things going on here. There is a strain relief, so you're not actually putting any stress on the unit itself. The strain relief is tied off to some paracord. I've got just tied off to a tree behind me. It uses the same type of connection that he's used in a couple previous antennas, where it's just a screw-on, and it's a watertight connection. And then down at the bottom you've got a BNC type connector. And as you can see, it's rated for 100 watts. So a really nice compact end unit, matching unit. And let's take a look at the wire itself now and how I've got it set up. So I've got the antenna set up in more or less an inverted V configuration, which is not ideal. The antenna is 40 meters long, so that's 120 feet or so. And my campsite is just too small to erect it in the manner which you really should be erecting this. This is not a proper installation for this antenna. I had to book this campsite months in advance before I knew Ron was going to send me the antenna, and I'm making a commitment to you and to Ron going forward that I will get this set up in the appropriate formation, which, by the way, would be either a sloper, a straight line sloper. I just don't have enough room here, and believe me, I tried a number of things yesterday. I spent hours with various configurations aside from what you see here, trying to get it set up more aligned to what Ron suggested. So a straight line sloper, which I can't do, just don't have the room, and also run up the full length of a telescopic pole. So you may be up a spider beam mast 40 feet or so, and then across to in a straight line to another fiberglass pole, or even a tree. I mean, you could use trees for that as well. But that would be the full straight line situation rather than the inverted V that I've got here. The next thing I want to show you, and I had some issues yesterday, as previously mentioned. One of the issues was that the ground is very soft. The soil is not hard and compacted. We've had a lot of rain in southern Ontario throughout the spring and even into, well, I guess we're just barely into summer now, but very wet spring. And you may have seen my other video where I showed the use of the PVC pipe as a support for a mast. And of course I've got my 50-foot DX wire mast here that I'm using as the support. And because the antenna was not running in a straight line, I've just got a loop of zip ties up at the top of the mast, just to give the antenna some a place to move back and forth as I was making adjustments at the ends. The movements of the mast at the top end, I guess, came down the pole and managed to work the base free. So I actually have gone to the step of adding guy lines to supplement the PVC pipe mount. I'm drawing a couple of conclusions from this one. The first one is that maybe this type of mount is not ideal for a 50-foot pole. Now I do think, and last year I ran field day with the pole in a vertical. Literally, I just ran the antenna wire straight up the pole, and it worked fine. But there wasn't any sideways pull on the pole itself. The ground, the PVC pipe ground mount worked fantastically. Never had a problem, even in winds, even in pouring rain where the ground got very soggy. So I'm thinking it's the pull, the combination of the pull and maybe the loose soil, which worked the base free and caused my telescopic mast to fall a couple of times, well, 2 or 3, while I was installing, and led me to going to the length of adding on the guy lines. I mentioned just a moment ago in regard to the zip tie loop at the top, just to allow free passage of the wire. It's not constricted up there. It gives me flexibility when fastening down the ends of the antenna. So there it is up there. There's quite a bend in the pole. I don't have to worry about the bend. The DX wire is a quality product. It's not going to suffer any adverse effects as a result of this. So as is customary for me on field day, turn down the RF gain. And I use the, really turn it down. I use the, set the AF gain up high. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of all but the strongest, most the loudest stations, because they're the ones that are really going to give a low-powered station in the field the best chance of making a contact. If you think about, how well can you hear the other person, chances are good that we might have some two-way propagation. A guy that I can barely receive could have a real tough time hearing me. A guy who's banging in, don't know what he's got on the other end, but there might be a pipeline between us. That's the rationale. Turn it down, and by turning down the RF gain, I also help overloading the front end. And if I'm using a good antenna up high in the clear, which this one is sort of doing, then it's going to give me a good shot at making a contact. That's the way I look at it. So I'm on 40 meters. I'm going to start off there. It's a productivity band for me, has been over the years. Let's see how I do. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Another VE3 Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mexico, 4 Echo New Hampshire.
Copy that, please copy. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Okay, that's good. Thanks a lot. Kilo 1 Bravo X-ray. Kilo 1 Bravo.
Sorry guys, give me a minute here. I gotta log that one.
No problem. You take your time.
Speaking field day, speaking field day. Kilo 1 Bravo. Kilo 1 Bravo. Field day. CQ field day. Carolina, Echo Papa. Carolina, V3 field day.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Copy 2 Alpha West Virginia.
Roger, copy 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Good luck. Here we are. Field day, getting a few hours of radio fun tonight. Tonight, I think I've got enough battery power left. I've got some additional SLA batteries. And I know people say, why the heck are you still using SLA? It comes down to this. It's cheap, and I have ready access to SLA batteries, and I'm not backpacking with them, so I don't care. I'm going to use the SLA batteries. They work fine. It's on record. Okay, good. All right, so now we walk back until we can see ourselves in the frame. Come back here. So I have the distinct pleasure of having my nephew Luke join me here for field day for a little while. Now Luke, there are many assorted activities associated with ham radio. What is your favorite ham radio activity?
HF portable.
That's my nephew. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Tango Whiskey Mike station.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Tango Mike. Gotcha. Whiskey 8 India Delta here with 3 Alpha Ohio.
Correction on the call sign. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. QSL?
Tango Whiskey Mike. Gotcha that time. Thank you.
Thank you. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
1 Bravo Mike Tango Alpha, is that correct?
Negative Golf Tango Alpha.
Golf.
Thank you. Good luck.
QRZ Whiskey 3 Lima.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
The Victor Echo.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Tango Whiskey Mike. Victor Echo 3. 1 Delta Mike Delta Charlie.
Roger. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha. QSL. QRZ.
So it is Sunday morning, and I haven't had, I didn't have a chance yesterday to turn on the radio. I was zonked by the time I had set up the station. I had something to eat and sat around a campfire and just sort of took it easy, that 3 o'clock in the morning of home time on a very early Saturday morning, and gathering all the gear and coming here and set it up really sapped a lot out of me. So here it is, Sunday morning, my only chance to operate in field day. And some of you may be asking, well, why do go through all that work just to operate Sunday morning? Well, because it is field day. I don't like to pass or let a field day pass me by without participating if I can help it. I have missed some over the years, and it's never fun for me because this is my signature event. This is the one that I really get the most enjoyment out of my ham radio hobby. So on the positive side of that ledger, Sunday is the only morning I get to work. And what you see with contests, and yes, I know, field day is an emergency preparedness exercise. It's not specifically a contest, but as far as the airwaves are concerned, it behaves like a contest. Sunday morning, things clear out a little bit. It's easier to get through. A lot of the hordes burn themselves out on Saturday and into Saturday night and even into Sunday real early in the morning, middle of the night stuff. So that even a small station with lower power, compromised antennas has a chance of making some contact. So this is the sweet spot for those who are trying to get into field day, whose station can't really compete on the first day. Wait until Sunday morning, and you'll be surprised at the number of contacts you can make. So it's going pretty well so far. I am up to 16 contacts. I've had plenty of interruptions this morning from folks coming by from the other campsite asking about it. My brother was kind enough to come by with my nephew. So I've made 16 contacts, and I haven't worked real hard for any of them. I guess there's a couple in there that I had to work hard for, but the antenna is working. High-end fed field day antenna is doing a great job. I've only been on 40 meters. I haven't bothered to look at the other bands. I figured I'd just rack up some contacts on 40, which is where I'm most comfortable, and I've had the most success in field days past. I'm liking it. It's working great.
Thank you, field day. Thank you, field day. Whiskey.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Copy 5 Alpha, Oscar November Echo.
Roger. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Roger, Golf Tango Alpha.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. 3 Alpha, Whiskey Papa Alpha, QSL.
Roger. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
QSL on the 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha, 7-3, good luck. Kilowatt Alpha 3, Papa Mike Whiskey, field day.
Even though my activity this year has been limited to Sunday afternoon, and I've had visitors drop by, and that was really nice. Actually, just on that, I'm in a public campground. This is a private campsite in terms of lots of bushes and trees separating them, so you don't really see your neighbors. But Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area, where I'm at, is renowned in southern Ontario for having excellent rock climbing. The group next door was quite a large group, and they're all rock climbers. So they've been over visiting, and I've been telling them a little bit about amateur radio. It's been kind of fun. A little girl came over earlier with her father. and we talked a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm contacting all these other stations. Getting an opportunity to educate folks about amateur radio. You know, one of the things I get asked is, you know, why don't you operate in a public place and expose more people to amateur radio? And the best answer I can think of to that is not because I don't want to, and not because I'm not used to dealing with the public. I am. You know, I've done plenty of public speaking over the years, and you know, my job requires that I get out there and get in front of people I don't know and talk about all kinds of things. It really comes down to, usually field day is on me. I got to pull everything together. I got the gear's mine. I got to make the arrangements months in advance, and it's a lot of work. Coupling that with the expectation that if you're going to do it in a public place, you know, you don't always have eyes on everything about you, all your gear and everything else, and there are some risks associated with that, but I also just don't have the time. If I'm operating the station, doing what I need to do, then who's running the radios? Now, I could stand out there, just set up the radio and turn it on and talk to people, but I guess I'm just one of those guys that likes to turn on the radio and make contacts. So that's why. You know, love it or hate it, that's just me, and that's who I am. So I tend to pick campsites that are a little bit more secluded, away from the activity, so that I can keep an eye on things, keep control, and partake in those things that interest me the most.
The Victor Echo 3 station, come back please.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, I gotta fix this here. Victor Echo 3 Tango something Mike, is that correct?
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, you came up there. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Please copy 3 Alpha Wisconsin.
Roger, 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
I copy 1 Bravo Golf Tango something.
Golf Tango Alpha. Golf Tango Alpha.
So Alpha, is that correct?
Roger, roger.
Okay, thank you for the contact and for your patience. Have fun out there.
Thank you, good luck. One thing I did not mention earlier is that while I was away on business last week, I cracked a tooth. So obviously I wasn't able to have anything done until I got back, and I won't be able to get to the dentist until Tuesday. So talking is a little difficult. I've got a sore tongue where it's been rubbing up against the sharp edges, but we endure.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra, Papa Radio.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike. Tango Whiskey Mike. Tango Whiskey Mike. Please copy 2 Alpha Ontario South, over.
Roger, 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha, GTA 73, and good luck. CQ Field Day, Victor Echo 3, Sierra, Papa Radio. Yours, this is Whiskey 8 Golf Kilo, W8TK.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Yes, Victor Echo 3, Victor Tango Mike, copy 4 Alpha, West Virginia.
Please correction on the call sign, Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Tango Whiskey Mike. I got it that time. You're 4 Alpha, West Virginia, over.
Roger, 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
What's the section again?
Golf Tango Alpha.
Roger, roger. Golf Tango Alpha. Good luck in the contest.
Thank you, good luck.
Field Day, Whiskey 4, Victor Alpha, Whiskey 4, Victor Alpha, Field Day.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Roger, copy 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha.
Golf Tango Alpha, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
All right, thanks for somewhere in Canada. Good luck. QRZ from Whiskey 4, Victor Alpha.
Tonight, POTA, Parks on the Air, Rattlesnake Point, Conservation Area, my home park. It's about a 20-minute drive from my home, and I'll be on the air. So I'm going to hopefully show you, hopefully make some contacts tonight, and if so, I'll if I've got enough battery power for my camera and for the radio, then I'll tag those contacts onto the end of this video. And if you haven't tried POTA yet, I suggest that you get onto their Facebook page, if you're onto Facebook, and take a look and see what the folks are doing. It is a phenomenon. People are just going crazy for this, and it is a lot of fun. It's something completely different. If you go to the effort of setting up a station in the park and operating, all of a sudden you're the DX, and people are chasing you. It's a real turn on what might have been your typical ham radio experience up to this point. Is the frequency in use Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike? Is the frequency in use Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike? CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. This is Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike from VE 1046.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike is Whiskey 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey.
Whiskey 4 station, please come again with your call sign.
Whiskey 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey. Whiskey 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey.
Copy, Whiskey 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey. Your signal report is 5 and 9, sir. 5 and 9.
Very good, sir. I think I have you about 5.
QSL, thank you for the contact.
And you're also spotted, so hopefully pick people up.
Well, I really appreciate that. Take care, and thank you so much.
All right, 73. Kilo Bravo 2, Radio Bravo, Radio Portable Mobile. This is Kilo Bravo 2, Radio Bravo, Radio Portable Mobile.
Kilo Bravo 4, Radio Bravo Radio Mobile. Please copy a 5 and 5 from VE3 TWM at VE 1046.
Kilo Bravo 2, Radio Bravo, Radio Portable Mobile.
Yes, sir, you are 5 and, I'm going to change that to 5 and 7. 5 and 7, in from VE 1046, QSL.
Kilo Bravo 2, Radio Bravo Radio. Good evening, how you doing? I hear you about 5 and 7 here, 5 and 7. Portable Mobile, Staten Island, New York.
Oh, you're doing a fine job for a mobile station. I'm giving you a 5 and 9 report back from VE 1046 Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area.
Victor Echo 3, November Echo Papa.
Victor Echo 3 November Echo Papa. This is Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. I copy you at a 5 and 8 into Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area.
QSL 58 in Rattlesnake Point. Yeah, you're 59 here, 59. I'm just out in Bramalea, so I know exactly where you are, at the top of the mountain.
Very good, sir. Yes, well, thank you very much for the contact. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being there.
It's a pleasure on a beautiful summer's night.